That's Phil Perry, who knows his stuff. But the notion that Robert Kraft is ever going to allow Bill Belichick to beat the Shula record coaching for somebody else is laughable.
He doesn't give a damn about the stupid Shula record.
Of course he does.
Why? What does it do for him?
Because he cares about the franchise and the marketing of it, Curtis.
But I'm telling you that I don't think 15% of Patriots fans will go, oh, I really want to buy tickets to that Ravens game when the Pats are 7-8 and they can beat Shula's record.
That doesn't matter. I understand where you're going, but it is a legacy thing. Robert Kraft does not want to be the owner who gets rid of Bill Belichick and has him go elsewhere and beat the Shula record. Right. I'm sorry.
And it is big for your organization.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what ESPN and the world of the NBA is doing with LeBron James and the chase for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring, his points record. So it's big for your franchise, and you don't want to see Bill. But there's just no way Kraft makes the second biggest mistake potentially of his ownership, which would be letting Brady walk out the door, and then in letting Bill walk out the door.
By the way, when you describe last year, the construct of it, the way it was done, was a dumpster fire, right?
Yes.
However, they're one game away from making the playoffs again.
Right.
So it's not, they're not that far away. If Bill O'Brien can call plays in some sort of logical, reasonable fashion and install more than 5 of them, and Bill doesn't have to get on the headset and like when Matty P is scrambling trying to figure out what to call and call plays, I think they'll be a pretty good football team next year.
In 2018, this would be after the Patriots made another Super Bowl. They had won 4 at that point, or 5 at that point. Robert Kraft said, I have to go to Detroit to be with the biggest effing a-hole in my life, my head coach. And you're saying that he's got this like warm, cuddly feeling about Bill Belichick?
No, I think it's an ego thing though for Kraft, and Greg and Wiggy are completely right. They don't want. You think Kraft wants to sit there, turn on sports talk radio or ESPN, and hear them talk about Bill Belichick coaching? I don't know, the 49ers. And getting Shula's record, that he doesn't want that.
Nobody here gives a damn if Bill gets past Shula in San Francisco.
I think Kraft would. I think Kraft enjoys having his name tied to Bill Belichick, and he wants that for the rest of Bill Belichick's time coaching. I also think if they have another bad season next season, they still have an out. They would say, well, yeah, Mac Jones isn't our guy. It's not going to fall on Bill.
Right. It's always going to be, it's going to end up on Mac's shoulders more than anything. And, Greg, you're right. I mean, Billy O doesn't even have to be that good of a play caller. To like you said, you basically almost made the playoffs this year with a guy you grabbed off the street to call plays. So it seems like if you have a little bit of talent, you're going to be fine because Bill always is going to have a team that is competing for a playoff spot. The biggest question is this. Does Robert Kraft sit there and go, all right, I got to deal with all this BS that maybe Bill puts up with. But in doing so, he is, like you said, Greg, we're always going to put a team out that's competitive and that is either a playoff team or is always fighting for a playoff spot.
Okay, but the conversation is about if they struggle next year. That's what Phil Perry's comment that we're reacting to.
So what they did this year.
If they are, we can replay the cut. I don't know.
Well, define struggle, Curtis, in your mind. Is it not making the playoffs?
Right, they don't make the playoffs again.
All right.
If they struggle, as in the team does not look like it's cohesive going in the same direction, I would say let's start there.
Okay.
Where the offense actually, has someone calling plays, and the quarterback can actually snap the ball in time. And
so they just don't make the playoffs.
But they miss the playoffs.
Yep.
If that happens again, the future of the organization is, should we continue with Bill Belichick on this joyless slog to get past Shula, which is antithetical to everything that Belichick and Kraft say they built on in the Patriot way, which is team over personal agenda, then it would be so bad for this organization to end Belichick's career at 8-9, but ooh baby, he passed Shula. Let's have a big party at Gillette Stadium.
But I think Courtney said it best. If this team struggled, and when we say struggled, because it could be a lot of things, this team's in the hunt, but they don't make the playoffs. the thing that Bill is going to lean on, I think Kraft is more likely to lean towards what Bill is. Well,
Mac Jones isn't the guy.
Mac Jones is not the guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Mac Jones isn't the guy. That's what they'll lean on.
So Kraft is not going to move on. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to put up with Bill just so he can break Shula's record. He's going to say, no, Bill, we probably got to go in a different direction. What direction should we go in with our quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
This is Mike from Framingham. Hey, Mike. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Mike?
Two things. That Karen Regan thing. First off, Bill's the head coach. Usually at any level, you have a schedule on when you want things done, and they said they were running drills and drills and drills and never doing installs. So how does Bill not understand that? And Wiggy, quick question.
Yep.
Okay, your kids, when they were little, like 9 years old, what kills youth coaches if somebody does a double A gap blitz or come two off the side. So if your kids went to the coach and said, hey, coach, how do we stop that? And he goes, we'll get to it when we get to it. What would your reaction be?
That's all Matty P, though.
Yeah,
I think Bill made a huge mistake. He looked at him and said, this guy can handle it.
Yeah.
And he couldn't.
Yeah, and he swung and missed on that
Okay.
one.
Do you think he'll ever admit it?
No.
Will Bill
maybe-
Belichick, after he retires, do some type of sit down or write a book?
I think him admitting it is him moving on from Matt P as the
You're right, you're
play
right.
caller.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, Phil Perry says that should the season not go well next year, it could be the last for Bill Belichick. More on that later on and all day here on Boston Sports Original WEEI.